So this is a failure. If you want to compare the idea that, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit was only granted co-equal, co-eternal status in that full sense somewhere in the 4th century, there's no equivalent in Islam. I don't even think there's much equivalent in many other religions. This is the first point. Now, you said you're awaiting my demonstration. You don't need to await my demonstration. You have people like Scott Williams who have already demonstrated this, that you believe that there are 3 wills of the Trinity. You believe that the Father has a will which is distinct from the Son, and you believe that the Son has a will which is distinct from the Holy Spirit, and they all have wills that are distinct from each other. My question to you is just one for now. How do you establish, and this is the question of Scott Williams in the peer-reviewed academic paper, how do you establish necessary agreement such that those 3 persons of the Trinity can never disagree? This is my first question to you to get the ball rolling.
It's very reasonable to think that these 3 persons would always act in harmony rather than disagree. This is relevant as well to the Christian doctrine of perichoresis, which says that among the 3 persons of the Trinity, there is a complete interpenetration of mutual love, knowledge, and will, so that what the Father loves, the Son and the Spirit love. What the Son knows, the Father and the Spirit know. What the Spirit wills, the Father and the Son will. And this doctrine of perichoresis I find to be a very attractive concept of the inner Trinitarian life of God. And that would, again, provide good grounds for thinking that these 3 persons always act harmoniously.
Oh, no, the position that you've... Sorry. The position that you take on partialism is absolutely not the mainstream view. It's seen as a heresy almost across the board. It's seen as a heresy across the board with Protestants and Catholics and Eastern Orthodox to say that the persons are parts of God in the way that you've said. But put that to the side, no problem. My point is this. Let's go back to the thing that you've said. You said it's possible for the Father is capable of creating the universe by himself. Okay, let's take that for a second. If the Father is capable of creating the universe by himself, but he does not create it by himself, but according to you, creates it in concert with the Son and the Holy Spirit. These are your words, not mine. In concert, these are the words you used. Yes? That the Father is capable, but no, he does it in concert with the will of the Holy Spirit, the Son and the Holy Spirit. That means to say that the addition of the Son and the Holy Spirit have had an inhibiting impact on the will of the Father. That means to say that the Father is being inhibited by the Son. And by the way, just to be clear, this is not my arguments. This is exactly the argument of the Quran. مَا اتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ مِنْ وَلَدٍ وَمَا كَانَ مَعَهُ مِنْ إِلَهٍ إِذًا لَذَهَبَ كُلُّ إِلَهٍ بِمَا خَلَقَ وَلَعَلَى بَعْضُهُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ. In chapter 23, verse number 91, that Allah has not taken a son, nor does he have any creator with him. If that was the case, they would have taken each part of what they have created and they would have tried to outstrip one another in power. The reason why you are not able to answer this question is because it comes from the highest source. We believe it comes from God. This argument is a godly argument. And this is why necessary agreement on your model there is no real way to prove it. You ask, what is incoherent about your model? What is incoherent about your model is that when you look at it, and you look at each person of the Trinity, and you look at the Father, what he's capable of doing by himself versus what he's capable of doing with the Son and the Holy Spirit, you realize that he's capable of doing less because of the Son and the Holy Spirit. And if he's capable of doing less because of the Son and the Holy Spirit, that means to say that the Son and the Holy Spirit are having an inhibiting impact, which is not all powerful then. The Father has been stripped from his omnipotence because of the Son and the Holy Spirit. There's no possible way that you can have a part of God which is both omnipotent in the full sense and in the partial sense at the same time, because a part is by definition smaller than the whole. Wouldn't you agree with that?
That the part is not the whole, certainly.
Yes. Yeah.
But I